You know how they say karma has a way of coming full circle? Well, let me tell you about the day my daughter unknowingly hired the grandparents who disowned me 17 years ago. I'm Marlo Richardson, and this is the story of how my past and present collided in the most unexpected way possible. Some wounds never fully heal. They just learn to hide beneath the surface. But what happens when the child you raised alone becomes the bridge between you and the family that abandoned you both? What happens when fate decides it's time for a reckoning you never saw coming? Part 1. The Day Everything Changed, March 15th, 2008. I was 16 years old, sitting on my bed, staring at 3 positive pregnancy tests. My boyfriend Jake was 17 with a football scholarship to Ohio State. We thought we were careful. We were wrong. My father, Donald Richardson, was a deacon at Riverside Baptist Church. My mother, Patricia Richardson, ran the women's ministry. We were the picture-perfect family, until I wasn't so perfect anymore. "Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you," I said, my voice shaking as they sat in the living room. "What is it, sweetie?" My mother asked. I took a deep breath. "I'm pregnant." The silence that followed felt like it lasted forever. "You're what?" My father's voice was cold, controlled. "I'm pregnant. About 8 weeks." "I'm so sorry. Sorry?" My mother's voice cracked. "Sorry doesn't cover this, Marlo. Do you have any idea what you've done to this family? Your father is a deacon. What happened next still haunts me." My father paced. My mother cried angry tears. And I stood there, shrinking smaller with every word they spoke. "You have 2 choices," my father finally said. "Terminate this pregnancy and we pretend this never happened. Or you leave this house. Tonight. I will not lose my position in the church because of your mistake." "I'm keeping my baby," I said, finding strength I didn't know I had. "Then pack your bags. You have 1 hour." 60 minutes later, I stood on the porch with a duffel bag and $200 my mother pressed into my hand without meeting my eyes. Then she closed the door. I'll never forget the sound of that lock clicking into place. Part 2. Survival Mode. I spent that first night at my best friend Chelsea Morgan's house. Her parents, Tom and Susan, took me in without hesitation. But I knew I couldn't stay forever. They had 3 kids of their own. Jake tried to help when I told him. He was scared, but he didn't run completely. He got a job and gave me what he could. But we were kids raising a kid. Our daughter, Serena Elizabeth Richardson Hendricks, was born November 23rd, 2008. The moment they placed her in my arms, I knew every hardship would be worth it. I got my GED while Serena napped beside me. I worked 3 jobs: waitressing at Denny's, cleaning houses, doing data entry at night. By Serena's 2nd birthday, I'd saved enough for a studio apartment. It was tiny, but it was ours. "Look, baby girl," I told her as she toddled around. "This is our home. We did this. You and me." Part 3. Building something better. The next 15 years were a blur of determination and hustle. I enrolled in community college, taking online classes at night. Business administration. I worked my way up from assistant manager to regional supervisor to landing a 6-figure position at a major consulting firm in Chicago. Chicago meant leaving Tennessee, leaving the Morgans who'd been more family than my own parents. But Serena, 13 and wise beyond her years, encouraged me. "Mom, you've worked so hard. We should go." We moved to Lincoln Park. Serena thrived. I thrived, but success doesn't erase the past. Every milestone, every Mother's Day, there was a hollow echo where grandparents should have been. Serena asked about them when she was younger. "Where are your parents?" "Everyone has grandparents." "They live far away, baby," I'd say. Technically true. As she got older, she stopped asking. She figured it out and loved me too much to press on that bruise. Part 4. The call June 3rd, 2025, a Tuesday. My phone rang with Serena's excited voice. "Hey, Mom! I got the internship." Serena was 16 now, my age when I had her, though her life was completely different. Straight A student, debate team captain, already planning her future in nonprofit management. That's wonderful. Which one? The boutique consulting firm I applied to last minute, Richmond and Associates. The owner, Patricia Richmond, called herself. She said she was impressed with my essay about watching you build your career. Mom, she sounded so nice. Patricia Richmond. My blood ran cold. My mother's maiden name was Richardson. Could it be? That's great, honey, I managed to say. That night, I Googled my parents for the first time. Donald and Patricia Richardson, Nashville, Tennessee. The most recent result was from 3 years ago, my father's retirement, still in Nashville. Not in Chicago, I exhaled in relief. Just a coincidence. Part 5, When Worlds Collide, Friday, June 7th. Serena headed to her orientation looking professional and excited. You look beautiful. They're going to love you, I said, hugging her. At 2 p.m., my phone buzzed. OMG, Mom, call me when you can. Something weird happened, but I'm okay. I called immediately. Serena, what's wrong? Mom, I think I just met your parents. The world stopped spinning. What? Patricia Richmond was showing me around, and we went to the back offices. She introduced me to her husband and business partner, Donald Richmond. When I mentioned your name, Marlo Richardson, they went completely pale. Serena. Mom, Patricia started crying. Donald asked if your middle name was Catherine. They asked if I was their granddaughter. Mom, why didn't you tell me they lived in Chicago? They live in Nashville. But even as I said it, I realized how stupid it sounded. Mom, can you please come here? They're asking to see you. Give me the address. I'm coming. Art 6, Face to Face. Richmond and Associates was in a beautiful brownstone in Wicker Park. I sat in my car for 10 minutes, gripping the steering wheel, staring at the window where I could see Serena sitting across from 2 people I'd recognize anywhere. My parents. I walked in before I could change my mind. Marlo, my mother breathed, tears streaming down her face. Don't, I said sharply. Don't you dare say my name like you have any right to it. My father stood. He looked smaller, older than I remembered. Marlo, please. Please what? Please understand. Please forgive. My voice rose. You threw me out. I was 16, pregnant and terrified, and you threw me out like garbage. We were wrong, Patricia whispered. We were so wrong. You're damn right you were. Do you have any idea what these 17 years have been like? How many nights I worked 3 jobs? How many times I went hungry so Serena could eat? We tried to find you, Donald said, after we realized our mistake. When? When did you try? 3 months after you left, Patricia said shakily. We went to the Morgans, but they wouldn't tell us where you'd gone. We hired private investigators. We couldn't find you. 3 months, I repeated bitterly. You waited 3 months. We were foolish, proud, scared of what people would think, Patricia sobbed. Your father's position, our reputation, it all seems so stupid now. We've spent 17 years regretting it. You broke me, I said, my voice cracking. I had to put myself back together while growing a human being inside me. When I had my heart attack 5 years ago, Donald said quietly, lying in that hospital bed, all I could think about was you. About how I might die without ever telling you how sorry I am. Stop, I said through tears. You don't get to do this. We don't expect forgiveness, Patricia said. But please, don't punish Serena for our mistakes. She deserves to know her grandparents, even if we don't deserve to know her. I looked at Serena, watching everything with confused eyes. Why didn't you tell me? She asked quietly. I deserve to make my own choice about whether to have a relationship with them. She was right. Part 7. The truth. We moved to Patricia's office. I demanded answers. Tell me everything. Why Chicago? When did you move? Why Richmond? We moved 5 years ago, Patricia explained. After Donald's heart attack, we couldn't keep living in Nashville surrounded by reminders of how we'd failed you. We sold the house, left the church. Your father gave up his position. We took my maiden name, Richmond, as a way of acknowledging Our mistake without completely hiding from it, Patricia continued. We started the consulting firm to help people like you were, single mothers, people starting over. We wanted to do something meaningful. When Serena applied, did you know? I asked. No, Patricia said immediately. Her application said Serena Hendricks. But when I read her essay about her mother, about resilience through teen pregnancy, I wondered. But what were the odds? When she introduced herself today and said your name out loud, Donald added, we knew. She has your eyes, your determination. Serena spoke up. So you kicked Mom out, changed your minds 3 months later, couldn't find her, moved to Chicago, and now I accidentally applied to your company? And you expect what exactly? Nothing, Patricia said. We don't expect anything. But if Marlo would allow it, we'd like a chance to be in your lives. That's not just my decision, I said, looking at Serena. You're 16, old enough to choose. Mom, Serena said gently, isn't holding on to hate just hurting you more? They did a terrible thing, but they've been trying to make up for it. Maybe we found each other for a reason. Part 8. Moving forward. I didn't give them an answer that day. 17 years of pain don't dissolve in one conversation. That night, Serena asked, Mom, do you think people can really change? Yes, I said slowly. But that doesn't mean you owe them forgiveness. What if forgiveness isn't about what they deserve, but about what you need? Serena asked. You've been carrying this hurt my entire life. Maybe this is a chance to let some of it go. And Mom, I want to know them. Okay, I whispered. Okay, Part 9. The journey. The next months were awkward and complicated. We started with coffee once a week. Patricia and Donald asked about Serena's life carefully, treading lightly around the lost years. I learned things I never knew. That my mother was hospitalized twice for anxiety attacks after I left. That my father resigned from the church 6 months later. That they'd briefly divorced, the guilt pulling them apart, then remarried, deciding to face their mistakes together. Serena bonded with them quickly. Museums, chess games, college application help. Slowly, I began to see them not as monsters, but as flawed people who'd made an unforgivable mistake and spent 17 years trying to atone. Did I forgive them? Some days, yes, when I'd see Patricia braiding Serena's hair or Donald teaching her to change a tire. Other days, I'd remember that locked door and the anger would flood back. But I learned that forgiveness isn't a destination. It's choosing again and again to let go of hate that's poisoning you. Conclusion, today is exactly 1 year since Serena made that phone call. We're having dinner at Patricia and Donald's house. Serena and Patricia are laughing in the kitchen while Donald and I set the table. She's remarkable, Donald says quietly. Your daughter, you did an incredible job. Yes, I did, I say firmly. I raised her alone, while you were off atoning in ways that didn't require facing actual consequences until fate dropped her in your lap. He flinches but nods. You're right, but I'm grateful we got this second chance. Mom, Serena calls. Come taste this and tell Grandma she's a genius. Grandma. She calls them that now, as naturally as breathing. And I let her because she deserves family, deserves the love I couldn't give her from parents I didn't have. The thing about karma is that it's patient. It waits for the perfect moment to bring everything full circle, to force confrontations we've been avoiding, to offer redemptions we don't deserve. My parents disowned me for being a teen mom. Years later, my daughter hired them. And somehow, in the messy, complicated aftermath, we're all learning what it means to be family, imperfect, broken, but trying. Serena starts college in the fall, studying nonprofit management. She wants to work at Richmond & Associates after graduation, helping other young mothers like I was. Patricia and Donald are teaching her everything they know. Sometimes I watch the three of them together and feel that old anger rise up. But then Serena looks at me with those knowing eyes. And I remember, this isn't about erasing the past. It's about not letting it destroy the future. I built a life from nothing. I raised an incredible daughter alone. I survived abandonment and poverty and became successful on my own terms. That story doesn't change because my parents are back in the picture. If anything, it makes my victory even sweeter. They don't get credit for who Serena became. I do. And Serena knows that. That's what matters. Life has a funny way of writing its own endings. Mine isn't perfect, but it's mine. And after everything, that's enough.